Welcome, everybody. Welcome to QuickBooks Labs, your number one UK QuickBooks podcast, but that's because we're the only QuickBooks podcast in the UK. Bringing you the fresh insights, juicy tips, and clever shortcuts to help you master QuickBooks like a pro. I am one of your hosts, Alan Patrick, aka the QuickBooks Chap on YouTube, and proud to be the digital disruptor of the year, as it says here. But yeah, that's what it says. If you ever watched me on one of my QuickBooks tour shows or joined on QuickBooks on live Q&As, and you know we're here to make QuickBooks make sense one click at a time. You know, sometimes I wonder.
I'm going to start writing things in there and see if you just say it.
You can ask, because I can't remember writing this. This might be the ChatGPT one that I accidentally copied and pasted without reviewing it. Oh well. And as always, I'm not alone. Joining me is one of our expert panel. Let's meet the legends on today's episode. Definitely didn't write that.
They're not here.
But you are legends. I'm not taking that away from you, but that's not what I would have wrote. Simon, who are you? Why are you here?
I am Simon. I'm a legend. No. Why am I here? And we're here to talk about QuickBooks. I am a software advisory manager at Morkington Smith, based around London.
And we missed you last week. We definitely missed you. It was a different show, but Amy was there to hold the thing. Hashtag audit Amy. Amy, why are you here and who are you?
I'm Amy Hancock. Can't even say my name. Hashtag audit Amy, because I love audit so much. So I'm an accountant and auditor, predominantly using QuickBooks, have the love for QuickBooks and excited for things to come.
Yeah, we should be excited. Today is a really exciting episode. I've got a little bit more pre-ramble that was written by ChatGPT, so let's get that out of the way first. We've got an absolute cracker of a session lined up for you, but before we dive in, here's how it works. We're live and uncensored, recording this session at insert lifetime here. 4:30. And if you're catching this later, you're missing out on all the real-time interaction. So make sure to follow us on socials to join future live recording and get involved. Drop your question, comments, and curveballs right into the chat. Plus, we're available on all your favorite podcast platforms. New episodes go live the first Wednesday of every month. So be sure to subscribe whenever you get your podcast for the monthly dose of QuickBooks know-how and a bit of banter too. So buckle in, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Okay. I copied this for a reason. I really should have checked it before. But anyway, let's forget all about that and talk about what we're really here for, and that is the world of QuickBooks. Don't forget, use that chat button like Kirsty has. Hello, Kirsty. And we've got other people joining as well. So yeah, thank you for joining in. Keep us honest. Put some comments in there to ask us questions. Tell us what's right. Tell us what's wrong. And if you're listening to this after the event, which majority of you do, we are now promising that we're going to actually react to the link tree where you can actually go and put some comments in there as well. So at the bottom of every single video we do, every single platform that we're on, you'll see a little link tree that gives you the chance to give us your feedback directly on there. And then we'll make sure we bring it on the show. So before we go any further, let's talk about some really exciting news. And that's the fact that we now have a QuickBooks Launchpad in the UK, basically telling us about all of the new stuff that's happened within the world of QuickBooks. Now, this is something we've been asking for a long time, so very excited to see this actually here. But let's just get straight into it. Let's jump in on stage and have a look at what we've got. So here in front of me is the new QuickBooks Launchpad. It says, what's new? What's next? I quite like it, actually. If you first time going to, if you've never seen this before, get this cool little animation at the top there. It makes me feel like something's about to launch, like it's just about to go. Let's go through some of these one by one. First of all, get paid faster with Paid by Bank. So this is going to be a solution on the new invoice. We probably want to talk about the new invoice as well. We'll make sure we'll get the experts to talk about that as well. But the premise of this is really straightforward. Having that pay now button has always been really, really powerful. Now that pay now button is going to be powered by a different provider, and that provider is going to give you open bank technology, so you can click on pay now. It's going to take you to your bank. You're going to accept that bank's payment's going to go through, and it's going to make it there much less in terms of kind of fees and all that sort of stuff, and also going to give you better opportunities to be more secure. You don't have to give your banking details, all that sort of good stuff that comes with open banking going through there. Anyone seen it live yet? I have one client where it's live, but they've not gone through the setup process yet. And the only thing I've ever seen is videos. But let's talk about the new invoice experience, or pay by bank, whichever one you want to talk about. Who wants to go first? Simon, you want to go first?
Yeah, why not? The new invoice experience that occasionally appears and occasionally doesn't. I think that's the bigger problem. That's my rant for the new invoice thing. Like, when did we first talk about it? January? Maybe before then?
Yeah.
It has
obviously,
to be
we know QuickBooks roll things out, but I think the rollout should have finished by now. Especially for consistency, like when you're setting up. I mean, I did 3 setups yesterday.
Yeah.
2 were the same and 1 wasn't. And then you've got to train, you've got to train these people on how to use a system. And if you're going through one system and then they go into a different platform because you train them on, they could be all part of a group, but you train them on one, then all of a sudden they go into the next entity and it's completely different. Yes, the process is the same, but just the look can really throw people off. And I think I get why they roll things out, but I think, the rollout's been too long now and they just need to go and do the whole lot.
Yeah. It's always been, the UK's always had it a bit difficult because of things like VAT and CIS, haven't they?
Yeah, I get that.
Is that the reason for this one? I don't know.
No, I don't think it is, because why would you have it on some UK ones and not on the other ones?
True. I mean, they have said as well, if you turn on pay by PayPal and go cardless, you're not eligible for it at the moment, which tinfoil hat moment means what happens to PayPal and go cardless going forward? I don't know.
It was more around my rant about consistency, I think. I'm glad they're updating it, which is better than some other products, like not updating certain things, but at least update everyone now.
Because the new experience is actually pretty good, isn't it? It looks nicer, it looks cleaner, it's more intuitive to set up, etc., etc., etc. And my favorite bit about the new one is the fact that what you see on screen is what their end customers are going to receive, right?
Yep.
Which we don't have in this in the old version. So yeah, it would just be nice to bring that through. What about you, Amy? Have you seen it? Yeah, have you seen the pay by bank?
I have seen it. It's not, sorry, going back to the invoices. I have one client that I saw the invoices on.
Excellent.
And for the life of me, can't remember which one it was.
It's always the case, isn't it?
It's not me, and it's not the one that really wants it. So it's someone that doesn't really want it. They don't have, most of my clients actually don't use the PayPal options, payment options.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah. Most of them are just here's my details at the end of the bottom of the invoice. So actually, I think, going back to construction, my favorite industry, the new invoicing, they're not massively going to care about that, but the pay by bank is going to be amazing.
Yeah,
you're there, you're live, they're going to pay you, you're not walking away and then hoping that they send you a bank transfer later. So that's going to be great. Going back to Simon's point, I thought at one point we were told that everyone on Advance was going to have invoicing, the new invoicing first. I'm on Advanced, I don't have it. And my other client on Advanced doesn't have it. So I have seen it on here, obviously, and I've seen it once. I think it might have actually been this week. But for quite a while when they were saying it was coming, I was like, I'm not seeing it anywhere. And I think we've been talking about it for so long. We prepared people for it and it's not coming. It's almost going to be forgotten about. So when it comes up to our clients getting it, they don't know when they're getting it. We're going to get the phone calls. So it's like, come on, just give us something, some kind of date on what you're doing, whether it's a particular industry or even product. Just tell us which products are going to get it first, or alphabet, start with A's. Anything. something.
Because their rollouts have always been strange, right? It's like 20% of this and 20% of that, and then there's 20% of new ones and everything else. I mean, if I had one ask, I would want to see in that QBOA area a way we can see who has the updates and who don't, like a tick box or a cross or an icon or whatever it's going to be, right? Some sort of opportunity for us to go, all right, these ones have the new experiences. Because to your point, Simon, that it will help us when training, right? It will give us some fighting chance when we go in there as to what it's going to be. So, yeah, I hope we do get it. And just so everyone's aware of what we mean by the new invoice experience, is what I've got on screen here. I don't have access to that pay now button on this one, unfortunately, or the pay by bank button, should I say. But you'll notice it will come down here under customer payment options, and you'll be able to choose it from there. And you'll also get under the manage area under payment options, a little option there. Kirsty says, is it nice? Pay now button fees. So I can tell you some fees, actually. I have a little press release thing here. It's 1% plus VAT on all fees, with a cap of £4 per transaction. So for those bigger ones, it's much better, right, with that cap of £4 being there. And it's all going to be automated, as you expect. So if someone makes the payment, it's going to automatically attach and make sure the banking's all been done for you and all that sort of jazz that comes with it. So I think we're just going to wait and see what it's done. It's powered by Arden as well. So Arden is the same people who do the eBay ones, so should be okay. I think Arden stole from eBay from PayPal, and Arden's now taking it from PayPal here. So
we want to use the word stole.
Yeah. Bit of an accusation there.
Yeah. They can sue me, it's fine. But yeah, the fact
we get other payments, are we getting the instant payment thing as well they have in the States?
I think that's what this one's supposed to be, because they do say, like, one of the big benefits is I questioned this when I was told about this. It says get paid faster, receive instant payment confirmation, no more waiting 3 to 5 days for transfers to clear. But the PayPal one you did get instantly, but then you had to transfer. I suppose it didn't instantly appear in your bank account.
Like the video that I watched, the QuickBooks video, was like the money's going to go to QuickBooks, but you can request it straight away, kind of thing, and it's an extra fee.
I believe this one comes straight to your bank, from what I've seen. But yeah, we need to play around with it, have a look, and see, don't we? Kirsty makes a good point though. See why Apron is free, Cresco is free, but that's because
they make their money because you're going to use the other side.
Yeah. I think you're always going to have a fee on these ones when we've got them built in like this, haven't we? And go through from there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think again we need to have a play around. We need to sign up. We don't know how laborious the sign up is going to be on this, right? Like that could kill it from day one if we're not careful. Intuit Assist AI powered
those things. Have Apron even got their accounts receivable yet working?
I think it's in beta, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
I think
So there'll be a charge.
Cresco definitely was free, but they're zero only, aren't they? So doesn't help us at all. Intuit Assist AI powered bank feed is the next one. So if you haven't seen it yet, or you haven't had clients gone over, I can't remember if this file has it or not. Let's have a quick look. But if you haven't, I'm on the old one on this one. Let's go straight to this one here. Not that one. But you haven't seen it, go and have a look at the new bank powered or AI Assist powered bank account. That's where you get to see all the new goodness of AI coming along. And what it's designed to do in the new bank area more than anything else is to streamline it all. So instead of having to click into the individual transactions, you can actually do it all in the single line and go into each and make basically all the adjustments direct from the line without having to click in anymore. And you'll see here, every time you see this little item there, it's giving you a AI prompt to say it's coming in. And as you see there, it's correctly gone and put all my eBay sales to eBay for me. And if I click into the little question mark or the little AI bit, it does give you a bit of a reason why. Why did it choose this? What was the reason behind it? Give you all the confidence that comes with it as well. And if you have multiple suggestors like this, then click into the transaction and you actually get to understand why it's gone for those multiple ones. So you can look at each individual one, going through why the AI has chosen that and go through from there. So have either of you had a play with this? Any of your clients had the new experience yet?
Yes, I have.
Good or bad? What's the feedback so far?
I like it. I think I've been talking to them about it, and I like the way it looks. I feel like it's quicker for us. Don't get me wrong. I think some of our clients are like, whoa. The ones that do have it are like, what is this? Where's the green? Where's the green buttons? Where's my match? I think I did express at the time, like, oh, why is the green gone? Because it kind of stood out. Match, category. It made it a little bit easier. And I know it's small, simple things. And even at the top where you had different colours for this is the bank, this is what QuickBooks says. And it sounds so childlike to an extent, but it just stood out. Apart from that, the AI is great. Telling you where it's picking up the information from really helps you kind of make a decision. And it's been working well for the clients that we've had. So yeah, no turning back. I'm happy.
It's more better. That's terrible English. It's stronger at doing matches now as well. So it's a poor example here, but as if you remember before in the old version, you kind of had to force it to go find something and force it to look into stuff. And now it's much better at finding the right one for you and telling you the right thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's less duplications going forward as well. One bit that we haven't got yet, the US have got as well, somewhere around here is like a complete all button or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But the idea is that when you first go in, if you've got a lot of AI like rules or AI ones that it's really confident on, you can click the confirm or complete all or whatever it's going to be called. It will tick all of the ones that we have on the left-hand side that it believes are absolutely 100% and give you a chance to accept them all in bulk as well. So that'd be a nice little feature. That's kind of an AI one. I believe that's Essentials and Plus only, but I could be wrong on that. With an advance, we're still trying to figure out who gets what when it comes to the AI goodness going forward. At the end of the show as well, I've got a really cool update on the AI that's coming our way as well. So that was into it. Then fixed asset depreciation, we now have reducing balance. Simon, you played with it? I played with it.
No, I'm just going to celebrate because it's what everyone asked for from the day it was launched.
If you haven't seen it, basically, as you'd expect it to be, under the advanced things, go to fixed asset. And when you add an asset, you now have the opportunity to drop down to reducing balance as well. So go see from there. My current feedback so far, I'm really glad it's there. So if this is all we get, I'm more than happy. My feedback at the moment is we can't have that ability to sensibly write it down. You know how when it just gets silly, when it's £1 or £100, whatever it's going to be for infinity. We don't seem to have that ability at the moment just to go and just write off that, the bit that you would want to. But apart from that, it's working as intended. You can put your asset in. I've got a reducing balance one here. And you can see kind of at the moment it's all the way to 2041 when it's finally going to be written off. But hey, look, we've got it. So that's all that we really wanted to do.
We've got it. We were asking for it. We got it.
Yeah, exactly. For some reason, it's locking us into the useful life bit. I think if they just give us the useful life bit back, like personally, I wouldn't want it more than say 5 years, something like this.
Oh, hang on, what? So that's locked?
Yeah, locked at 50. That's why we can't do anything to change anything. Pretty sure that it's still locked. So if I go reducing balance now, yeah, locked to 50. So all they need to do really is give us the opportunity to open that up.
Oh, it's still not usable then.
Hey, it's doing reducing balance, just
over 50 years.
Halfway there. It's progress.
But that's such a bizarre number.
There must be a reason why it's locked. There must be a reason. Like it must be depreciated. But hey, yeah, give us the opportunity to drop that. Even if it's a drop down box and we get 50, 10, and 5 or whatever, that's all we need, isn't it?
I think someone accidentally put 0. I think that's probably what it was.
And you reckon it should be 5?
Right.
Well, it should just be freeform. Freeform yearbox.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay.
Automatically file payroll with HMRC thanks to Payroll Auto File. So if you've got core payroll core clients, so remember you got payroll advanced and you got payroll core. This payroll core, is that right? Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Core, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
If you've got payroll core clients, you now have the ability to go in and do automatic payroll. So thinking of your director salaries out there, this is perfect for them. Go in, switch director salaries on, switch to auto thing. I assume you go in once a year and make sure each year it's forwarded on and go through from there. But then set and forget, and they will just go through and forward with you. So really like that. They've started to add some extra features as well, like the chance for your clients to be able to get their pay slips via the app and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the core product's starting to get there. So it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Directly import PayPal data with PayPal connector. I don't think I've got one on here that I can show. Let me have a quick look, but it's now going to be under the app transactions. I've only got Squarespace on this one, but imagine Squarespace being there and also PayPal connector being there as well. The beauty of this is we finally get rid of all of the problems we had when we had PayPal via the banking area, because typically people would just link the account from here, upload, manage it from there and add it from there. But it didn't like anything like multi-currency. It didn't like dealing with fees. It had a whole load of problems that just made us having to go in and fix it, and ultimately had to charge the client to clean it up, right? Now with the app transactions, they're coming in and they're coming through a lot cleaner. Don't worry about all these error messages and stuff. This because it's a beta account, but yeah, when it is working, it's working really well. You kind of get the process and imported, excluded, and all the transactions go through there. Anyone played with it yet? Anyone seen it yet? Anyone seen any of the ones?
Was someone just about to put it in place because they had, as we said, about 5 million PayPal accounts, but none of them are right.
Yeah.
So just go for it now.
It's got a nice interface where your multi-currency, you drop down at the top here when it says PayPal. Go from that. Look, if anything's improvement on what we used to have to deal with, right? Where it was just the wild west of transactions and hoping for the best that they were going to be right.
Correct.
So, yeah, the fact that we've got this nice little new interface. Be interesting what else gets added here as well. I know eBay's on its way, Amazon's on its way, PayPal, Squarespace, but wonder what else we can get through this app transaction area, just to add to there. So yeah, watch this space on that one. What else we got? The guided setup, basically really straightforward. Down the bottom left hand corner, when you set up a new license, you're going to get a little a bar of how far you've got. So the idea is that as soon as you enter QuickBooks, as soon as a new client comes along, they get straight into QuickBooks, get straight playing around, and then they can come back to the whole setup at any point in time. So that's going to be nice to see. QuickBooks Practice Manager had an update as well. Now they've got the opportunity to put a different tag system in there, so you can tag to say ready to file and all that sort of stuff. Basically, it's so that you're not having to use the other tag system in there. It was getting confusing, and they've just made things easier. So we like that.
Yeah,
you guys still using Practice Manager in yours? Was that one of the ones you asked for, Simon? I assume.
Yeah, because you couldn't save the views. So,
okay.
So you'd have like a view of all your tasks for like VAT jobs, but you had to run that every time. Whereas now you can create the view, and it's across the whole practice. So you don't have every user having to create it. It's just like create one, done. Everyone gets that view. So yeah, that was quite good.
Nice. And it's good to see updates coming to that, right? Like,
I think there's lots of update from what I gather. There's lots coming.
Good.
From obviously we know what happened in the whole world of practice management. But yeah, I think there's a lot of love being done to it. Loving
that. A whole new experience when you bring new data in. I've seen it being played very AI driven. The idea of this is when you first go into QuickBooks and ask to bring it in, you could even just chuck in an Excel TB, right? And it would use AI to extract the data.
No, I pressed play and you were there.
On this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's me.
Oh, it's you.
I don't remember. Okay.
Brilliant.
I hope you know that. Okay. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that, because obviously that's something that we do a lot of. And is it going to be as good as the person? That's the question.
I've played around with it so far. It seems to be doing what it should be doing, but only time will tell, right?
I mean, the fact that it's interesting because this is one of the things we've been talking about, where it says it's going to upload your financial reports, balance sheets, income statements, etc., and it will set it up from that.
Yeah.
And QuickBooks' P&L and chart of accounts and the categories don't map to a set of normal accounts anyway. So how's it going to cope with those sort of things anyway? Things like there's no like distribution costs, for instance.
No, exactly.
So what's it going to do with them?
The mock-up I've seen is it will give you all of the bits and then you've got to kind of fill in the blanks. So at that point, you'll just have to say, oh, well, there's nothing to map here, so create a new account chart.
Well, I mean, actually, I want to be like in the actual categories. It's something that we've been sort of fed back to them as well. Like you want your final account if you want to do a certain thing. There's got to be the same sort of mapping, and where it puts certain things aren't quite right now. So whether that's based on the US side of like dividends should go here, and there needs to be a separate tax category, and that's all getting that all lined up. I think that's the bit to work on. That's why I'm saying upload the financial reports. It's going to go, half of it might not even map because it's in a different place.
100%. They have given us that chart of accounts mapping area though from in the QuickBooks accounts QBOA area. So that's one way of like fixing it ourselves, right? Where we can.
It was more the when you run like a P&L or a balance sheet and certain things, when you get your final set of accounts, they're shown in a certain place, right? But you can't do that on QuickBooks.
That's true. We used to be able to, and move them around. It's not away from us.
But I don't want to use. Do you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I've not seen this.
Sorry, I'm just on the onboarding. Does this mean that it's not going to do invoices and attachments or anything like that, like a move my book situation, move your book situation? Move your books.
You can definitely try and put invoice and stuff up there, but I'd imagine we've already got a really cool invoicing template tool, right? So my assumption would be to make that a little bit more user friendly. Yeah,
it's just at present, obviously, move my books. I think it's my books, not your books.
Yeah, it's something
my
like that.
books. Obviously, QuickBooks are covering 2 years worth of data. So where this is saying no third-party tools, if it's not doing everything.
Yeah, but I generally think this is where AI comes in and Sherlock's that phrase, right? Where Sherlocking is where you kind of don't need to use another application anymore.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to not use another application. I just feel that actually.
Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you at the end definitely how it's Sherlocked a particular application. Because you're not going to need to convert PDF documents anymore. Like, you're just going to dump them straight into QuickBooks and they'll do them. I fear that's what AI is going to do for us, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to do balances, right? It's not going to do historical information, which is where the third parties apps like you Move My Books, Data Switcher, whoever else is out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. This AI voice digital assistant, I don't know where this is. I've tried to find it. I can't find it anywhere.
I don't understand what it's for. Like, why is it only for what plan you're on?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be for businesses, because I must admit, when people are new business owners, they're like, I don't know which one to do. They all say they all have a pound.
They're on the QuickBooks homepage, aren't they? They're not actually in their license they're pre-sales.
Yeah,
that's so it's right. Yeah, that's where I'd have it.
I can't imagine it's in the, because you would have already got it. So
yeah. We'll have to play around with it and ask it questions.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe this is how we'll find out what the price of QuickBooks Advance is now.
I know. I spoke to them. Yes. After that episode, I did ring QuickBooks and was told it was the same price as it was before.
Yeah. Okay. So we know. So I don't know if you saw that, Simon, but they took away the price of it.
Yeah. It's still on there.
So we got more more granular access controls. We've updated role-based access. So QuickBooks Advanced, slowly but surely getting there. I'm still waiting for bank account access. That's my big one. I've got a couple of clients that they're desperate to have.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, director might not want the admin person seeing the bank accounts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or they, especially if there's because a lot of customers, a lot of clients will have sensitive data in one bank account and not the other, and going through from there.
Or even just hide certain bank accounts if you don't want them to see how much is in the reserve account.
Yeah, that's all they need, right?
Yeah.
Save time managing CIS bulk sending of statements. Have you had to play around with this yet, Miss CIS? I mean, let's do all CIS at the same time. So we've also got never forget a deadline again with CIS reminders and verify CIS contractors. Have you been able to play with any of these, Amy?
I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Don't have it yet. I have, as soon as the social media post went out about Launchpad, I was straight on it, and the Intuit employees watching, a few of them got a message from me with my excitement and like when, and I haven't had that answer yet. So, I mean, as soon as I get it, I will be talking about it, because it's just going to save me time. And I know Simon's like, oh, will it? It will. I don't have to click individually. Or maybe it was
that will save you time. It wasn't me. I don't care.
I'll make Charlie then. Charlie's not here. Sorry. I blame him. He doesn't like me to talk about CS. But it will. And I think never forget a deadline again. I do most of my CS returns.
That's only client facing anyway. So we as the accountant won't even get that one. So yeah. So it's more for clients doing their own, right? Which
I can see that. That's good. And the verification, yes, please. At the moment, you have to go outside, do it in HMRC, get the verification code, copy, paste, put it back in. Yeah. So again, saving when we get new subcontractors through or re-verify. So yeah, all positive direction. It's all coming at once. I'm very happy. I want it now.
And I've played with the bulk sending. Works an absolute treat. Yeah. No, it's very good.
To play with it.
It is very good. It works really, really well.
I've been waiting so long for this stuff.
I've been years.
It has been, yeah.
It has been years.
It's literally what you expect, though. You filed it, and then in the next page, you get to just click them all, press send. As long as there's email accounts on each one of those contractors, off they go.
Exactly.
I'm so annoyed you get everything first.
I had to do a video on it. That's why. But no, it works really well. Really happy with it. I'll fly through the rest of these. Oh, this is what I was talking about. That work tab in QuickBooks Online account. No, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking that was the new practice management update. Modern reports. Let's talk about modern reports, people. You want to talk about modern reports? Go for it. The floor is yours. We've already covered the new invoicing experience, so no point going to do that again. And the approval workflows with third-party applications. I've not seen actually happen.
Yeah. So
do we know anyone who's got that API?
I can test it. I've not tested it yet, but yeah, I think we talked about it before. If you use like a Dext or something into advanced and you had your workflow, just bypass that completely. But then,
it's that element of it, right?
Yeah, so when you would like send purchase invoice through, maybe you've used advanced to build your workflows to go through the different stages before. Like they say, if you were using before Dext had workflows, you might have used this, but it would just bypass and post straight to it. So. But obviously then Dex had workflows, so it's kind of like, well, just stay in there and don't let the people who need to approve things worry about the QuickBooks side. Keep them out of the finance system. But if this works now, then yeah, I can see it working. If you're going to do all of if you use the invoice capture and stuff in QuickBooks.
I mean, they concentrate on bills and POs. My big one is income, right? Like if they could have it third parties where you take on a new customer, and it could automatically send out the Go Cardless or whatever app you're using to.
Yeah.
See, it's a big thing at the moment. Actually, that is quite a big area. More people are asking around as well. Is like setting up a new supplier, making sure that you've got all the right information, and all that sort of stuff, like procurement things.
Yeah.
I'd expect like Advanced to have that sort of stuff, not just around bills and POs and stuff like that, but actually have flows behind those things as well.
Yeah,
it seems to be an area people seem to be more going into. Maybe it's just the size of clients that I deal with, but yeah.
I assume you're normally having to go to third parties to do it for them, right?
Yeah, it depends. Obviously, it depends what their process is.
Yeah.
But, you know, some using third parties and they're doing all sorts of wonderful things.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's good that we're getting third party. We wanted third party access to workflows for a long time. To the fact that's come in, amazing. I just can't wait or hope that it comes to income pretty soon. Right, modern view reports. You guys want to talk about it? Talk away.
Go on,
Where
Simon.
do I want to start? Right. We've got the whole thing of some of it's in some of them and some of them is there, which is, but also it can be, modern reports can be there one day and then not there the day after, which is quite impressive in the same license. My biggest bugbear, and we used to custom, you can obviously change the headers and all that sort of thing. They look awful, right?
But are you saying they look awful compared to our old reports, or look awful compared to?
I'll get on to compare it to other comparison ones in a minute. They look awful compared to the old reports.
Okay.
But then, I was trying to do, and then obviously you want to customize them, and you know, before you used to be able to like select which nominal codes you wanted to see, and you know, you could do all that, and then it would just, I'm like, cool, I just want to see my cost of sale codes. Great. Don't give me headers for everything else. Or I want to collapse it down. Or I think that was my biggest rant. I just want to have everything collapsed. And I've saved that as a report. And I've added that report to my management pack with everything collapsed. And then you go to run the management pack and everything's expanded. And
It doesn't remember, does it?
It doesn't remember. And you can't, in fact, the ones when you add them, the moment you add them to a management pack, it auto expands everything you've collapsed and you cannot change it. It's driven me. This is quite a light rant. I was doing my head in about it last week because it's bonkers.
Yeah, I am struggling with it. I like to put things in months. I like looking at things in months, just everything. And you used to have the box display columns by. That's what I was just getting up, and that's it, easy. Now I've got to get the bar up at the side. I've then got to scroll down. Unless Aaron's going to tell me there's a quicker way of doing it. And then I have to press on the button. And then months is like at the bottom. I know that's selfishly, but a lot of people like to do by month and they just have a P&L or a balance sheet or whatever by month. I find that really hard. Same as the removing of the non-active growth.
Yep.
Again, that was a little button. Now I've got to go into the right-hand side and I've got to click on the right one and then I've got to go scroll down. Yeah, I feel like the bits that I used just so much harder to find, and now it's getting to more clicks, and then we're delving into my problems with different software and why I don't use them because they have more clicks. So I completely get what Simon's getting. Also, I find that when I'm going and drilling, and if I'm going back on the old report, it would update by itself.
Yeah,
now I'm having to click to update.
Yeah.
So it is slower. I know it's slower. I know they're going to announce that they're going to make it quicker, but it is a slower experience. But yeah, I've got a mix of my trial balances aren't in the new reports, but everything else, a lot of them are.
Yeah. I've got some
favorites.
Some P&Ls aren't, and some other things aren't. It's that whole what are you rolling? What we talked about earlier around if you're going to roll it out across all the reports.
Isn't it multi-currency causing the issue? You'll find when multi-currency is on, you get far less reports when multi-currency off.
I rarely have any with multi-currency, so I'm on the much smaller side, and I've got really dotted kind of ones.
Oh, you're still getting different ones for different. Okay.
Yeah. And it's identifying them. It's got the little symbol to say it's the modern one. It is, but it's just a little bit higgledy-piggledy. On the back report.
This is going to be a rare thing that's going to happen, and people are going to go, "Oh my God, Simon said this." But of the three small solutions, like if we said like you got your Sage Business Cloud, and you got your Xero and your QuickBooks. Honestly, the best one at the moment for customizing the reports, like a P&L layout, is Xero by far. I can add a header, I can drag the codes that I want to go under a header, and I hit save. Right? I can make it look how I want it to look. without having to
I mean,
go to a third-party tool and like connect like QuickBooks or whatever to Fathom or whatever I want to connect it to then rearrange my codes. I don't want to use a third party just to have a presentation thing.
Okay.
That was the good thing that Xero did with their new reporting. And now
I can't possibly comment. I hardly use Xero at all because of my clicking, my clicking issue.
That's one good thing they did do. They allowed you to just go, right, add a header. Like if I want to put things in headers, as we talked about, the whole collapse thing, I have to create, I have to use a nominal code in my 250 limit, which when you're quite close to 250, and you have to add, and then I can't move my headers around or group things, and it just seems a bit odd to call it, and also to call it modern annoys me. But yeah, I said I was going to have a rant today. That's my rant reporting because
But I think the frustration is that a lot of people gravitated to QuickBooks because of the reports, right? That used to be
exactly.
That was the USP, wasn't
really good.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is a step backwards.
And the frustration is we need to get on this modern reporting ASAP. Like we all know, like we've been told the reasons behind the scenes and why it's important and everything else. Like there's a positivity around getting there. It's just we need feature parity, don't we? We need it to be at very least not having to take 20 clicks to get to the same thing that used to take 2 clicks and everything else. Because those bits you're talking about, Simon, they should come later, shouldn't they? Like the enhancements and stuff we didn't have before. If we got onto the new platform and they promised that was coming, you kind of sit there going, okay, let's take the pain now.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. I think the problem we've got is because we can't get to feature parity. It's almost like we don't have confidence that they'll even get to feature parity, let alone start giving us the kind of the cool new stuff, right?
Exactly. And you want people to stay in QuickBooks, don't they?
Not use a third-party solution to
use a third party, especially people on Plus Advanced. They're going to be doing. They want to be doing their reporting from there. Yeah. I know there's the Excel tool, but no.
Google as well now. Google Sheets now, if you really want to.
It defeats the. I think that defeats the point of having a finance system. You should be able to get most of the reports you want straight out of the system.
I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
And Excel's for things that you want to go and change the figures and all that jazz. But I think you're right. I think feature parity should have happened, and then nice to have.
Yeah. Kirsty says, and remove the column called account full name, which takes up loads of room, and sometimes reports just come up blank. Yeah, so there's a few bugs coming on there when you try and go from there. I must admit, I'm going to defend the reports just because I just want the reports
have a balanced argument.
Be there.
Yeah.
But my biggest frustration at the moment is every time you leave the reports or move the reports, it's asking, do I want to save it? I'm like, no, what I want to do. I want to get out of here. Don't give me another click. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I'm gone. So yeah,
you can't leave once you're in. That's it.
I know.
I think this was timed nicely after what I've been working on the last few weeks, and it was like, I hate them now. That was the extent I got to.
The reports, you hate them. I mean, again, the positive is that we can now get to more data than we have before because
you get to more data. Yeah, you can get to if you know where to find it. Yeah,
we've got more tools, right, to get to, and there's a few more links we can make, and you can go down more than one. I forget the term now, but when you go from one layer to the other, you can now go.
I noticed at the same time they've changed. You know the performance. Well, is it now called Dashboard Performance Center?
Yeah.
They've changed the data you can put into there now as well.
Oh, interesting.
So like you used to be able to just pull random accounts in and make up your own like graphs and stuff like that. You can't do that anymore.
Oh, so they made it worse.
So like you could be, say you had a sales code for sales one and the cost of sales one was down there. You could just grab those two and go that minus that and stuff like that. That's all gone.
Oh.
So it's
Performance Center.
So you used to be able to go add new chart. Cool. I want to do a like gross profit, for instance. I want to know my gross profit of my sale versus one code versus minus another.
Oh yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Is that because, I'm playing devil's advocate here, is that because, especially on advanced, we now have this new fancy system where we can create our own new charts, maybe? And there's a chart view up there. Clutching at straws, but are they? Is Performance Center going to get the chop? Is what I'm trying to say.
I am maybe.
Yeah.
That and leave it at that. I'm going to leave on a cliffhanger. Maybe.
But yeah, we need to get. I mean, the biggest thing about the charts at the moment is we need to make that jump, right? We need to get over there so they can start giving us good stuff going forward. All right. Quick new update as well before we go on to the really juicy stuff, because I don't 100% know what's going on here. But if I jump into customers now, we're getting this new view coming along.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got this new financial summary area up here, which is a nicer view, I'd say. I think it's more inviting. We've got abilities to add notes and everything else. I've had an email in here. I could email the client directly from here as well. It will open up an email link for me, do things like that. So very much more CRM-y based, isn't it? This is kind of trying to give those CRM solutions. But then I just feel like we were fighting for so long to get this recurring transaction. Now we've got all of these stuff here. It's like activity feed. It's to do with that survey settings.
It's all bringing in the MailChimp stuff, isn't it?
It is, but that's not the MailChimp at the moment. That's something else, a third part or a QuickBooks one at the moment. There's the task area, which is cool, and tasks now are starting to drip down to other SKUs, so that's going to be nice, right? We can add tasks into more SKUs. We love that. Opportunities. We get to put opportunity. I just feel like surely activities, opportunities, they could all be in their own little tab. And
yeah, I think like that stuff across the top isn't in a particularly nice order, is it? Like you can go from transaction list to activity feed to statements to do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we move that? No, we can't move that.
No, this is locked. For so long we were waiting.
Like you say, you've got customer details, right? And then above that, you've already got the customer details.
Yeah, that here, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can even show more, and you can bring them in, and you could edit, and it bring up the same, a slightly different one than what we had. So we were waiting so long to have that recurring transaction. Now we've got all of these extra things, and I'm just like, I'm not sure. I just feel like this was really bringing real estate, right? Like really expensive real estate from what I can tell. And now we're just letting anyone put a tab in here.
I'm not sure how me and my clients would use many of these.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be able to turn them off.
Or have them just turn their own tab.
For instance, go back to the activity feed, right?
Yeah.
I would I'd expect that to be things like you sent them an invoice, you sent them a statement.
Yeah. That would be brilliant.
That's what I'd expect to be, not I've had a review. Yeah. I mean, that can go in there, but so then you have this is all your communications with said.
Exactly.
The audit trail of communication would be grand, because otherwise, at the moment, we're going in, aren't we?
Yeah.
To each one.
And then you could filter it for just show statements. You wouldn't need another column for statements, right? Then we're starting to make the most of these ones here.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what I'd expect activity feed. Anyway.
Yeah. We've got a glow up. It's there.
I do like the bit at the top. I do think.
Oh, I love this bit. Yeah, I think that's far.
I wouldn't bother having
all the information. Having all the information and having the bit of the side, I do feel it's a bit when you've got. I mean, my columns are wider than yours, Aaron. So all my little transaction activity, it's all squashed a little bit to the side. So if I could reduce those, it would be great. Because I can't see how I'd use all of them with my clients. But yeah, it looks pretty.
What?
Okay. I can't even put an
Why
opportunity.
Why would you need them to put an opportunity in there?
Don't know. You're right. This is definitely to do with more CRM-y, MailChimp stuff, isn't it? But at the moment, these surveys and stuff aren't MailChimp run. They're
No.
QuickBooks run. So interesting. But I thought that was a interesting little look into that. Right. Have we got anything else to talk about before I can show you the cool stuff, especially when we're running short on time? I've told you about that, told you about that. Oh, just a really quick one, and more so because I'm hoping someone can tell me what it's for. But under accounting settings, and it's probably not going to be on this one, I go to advanced. I now have first month of the tax year. Is it the 6th of April or is it the 1st of April? Now, this has been asked for a while, so excellent. Glad it's here. But what does it do? Where's it updating this? Because I can't figure it out.
I've got another question. Why is it there for a limited company or anyone else?
Yeah, and why is it only April?
That's the bit. It's clearly for self-employed, right?
Yeah.
But it's, and I would have thought it would have come where you've got your company type. Like if you select small business or whatever in there, then pop it there.
I personally have just been ignoring that it's there.
I forgot about it.
Bypassing it.
The other day, and I was like, why is it still saying April? Like my year ends December.
Because I want to test to see if there's a retained earnings now go on the 6th of April, not the 1st of April. Because without it, then it will be broken, right? Like, the auto retained earnings movement.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to test. I'm trying to figure out, let's make it work somewhere. Because if it's on the 6th of April, because it's going default 6th of April and everything, what we don't want is every single client out there now, their retained earnings doesn't change till the 6th. Is that would be...
Did they do anything? What was the thing that was...
They don't have a little question mark next to it either, so you can't even look at that.
No.
Basis period reform. That's the word. That's the phrase I was after.
Yeah. So it'll be good for that, I suppose. But
it won't, though, will it? Because your year end could be December.
You're not moving.
You want to close it from December to essentially you're self-employed. You want to change it from December to March or whatever it is. So you want to do 2 year ends in effect.
Yeah.
It doesn't solve that, does it?
No.
And
it's got to be
defaults
something.
the 6th of April as well. So if it does ever affect anything.
When does that come in? Isn't it now?
Oh, basic reform. Yeah, basic reform is already in play. Yeah.
Because the competitors have a thing. And it does your journals for you.
They have a thing. We were in fairness to QuickBooks, it was a manual journal entry that you kind of put into here to basically reverse the retained earnings to bring it back
if
in.
You're not the accountant.
Oh, you got no chance.
Absolutely. Got no chance. And that's my point.
There's a lot of people out there didn't know how to do the reverse journals. I don't blame them because it's really tricky to get your head around. But anyway, yeah. So let's keep
basically, if anyone knows,
let us know.
Please let us know.
Kirsty has said default is current. MTD default is current, i.e. today, but will be changed. So we spoke about this on MTD Watch, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where at the moment when you file MTD, you're filing as of today's date, not the end of the period, which is tricky. Cool. I want to show this because I think this is absolutely cool. The new AI-powered reconciliation. So the idea here is that we got a whole new AI-powered screen. So when I go and play the new experience, you can see here I've already uploaded a bank account. It's extracted the amount for me. It's extracted the transactions. It's extracted the date. When I say start reconciling, I can't remember if this one's going to work or not. But in theory, when I press start reconciling, it's going to go through line by line by line. Oh, it has done it for me. Look, it's gone through and ticked off every transaction it believes is should be there, giving me that confidence everything's correct, and then told me that this particular transaction's not there and give me a little reason as to why. And this is new. Oh, in fact, this is brand new. They're now giving you the chance to add it.
Move it
as well. The missing transaction. This, everybody, is the future. This thing. Now, I've not had chance to yet, but I really want to try adding more than just bank statements here. So credit cards are like the one
Yeah.
where people haven't got connections on, right? And we've got to add them on. Definitely want to try that. Savings accounts, I can't imagine will be any problem, but putting them on would be amazing. But the big one for me is things like, can it handle things like rental statements, right? Can it figure that out? Maybe in time. I think it's too much to ask for it now, but maybe in time, being able to go through and putting those transactions in. But the idea here is you can now add the transaction directly from here. And it's going to tell you what's right, what's wrong, tell you that's there. And reconciliation will never be the same again. This was mind-blowing to me when I saw it. Another quick update on this area as well. If I just jump in the bank transactions and I go to link account and I upload from file, I don't just have to upload a CSV, QFX. I can now do PDF, JPEG, PNG directly from here. Is this one okay? Yep. So this is just a normal file, which you can command, normal bank statement. Dump that in there. It's a PDF, and it just extracts it for me. And it takes all that information, as third-party solutions have done for some time, but charged you for it. Now this is just dump it in there, and off to the race. Here we go. It's going to have those transactions for you. And
QuickBooks will be saving me time and money. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nice
When do I get it?
Well, at the moment, this is only in the US, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, that's going to be part of, when we spoke about last week about the accounting agents. So at this moment in time, from what I can tell, it's only going to be available in Plus and above, what I can tell. But that means Plus, like, now value added, right? Like
now
feature alone sold. So it's from there. And then a final bit of an update on the banking screen as well is this new request feature that we've got here.
Thank you.
The idea of request, we've seen this before in other software, right? But the idea of the request is you can ask for the client to provide you data and everything else and put it through from there. The interesting thing is it's going to a whole new place. So when I first saw this, I was expecting this to interact with that client request feature, that we've had for a while, where we can send it off and everything else. No, it lives in this new funky link area, which, interestingly, I'm in incognito mode here, so I'm not signed into QuickBooks. It's one of these links that you can access without signing in.
Amazing.
So from here,
that is amazing.
And it's mobile friendly as well. So you could set this link in your PM, in your practice management to go sent out. And then when they can go through and add the information there. It's AI friendly as well. So if I uploaded something, I don't know if I've got it here. So I've tried to upload this here, this feeder ticket, and it's like, are you sure that doesn't? Oh, no. I have all the information I need. Okay, that's a bad example. I promise you. There we go. I put my top trumps up, and he went, "Nah, that's not the right one." So it doesn't just ask for the information, but it will check that information for you to make sure that the client is putting the right information up there for you.
And then that will come through to automatically attach.
Yeah.
And it will be then classed as an expense, maybe, rather than a bill and
a. It depends what you do with it through the bank. So yeah, I imagine you can. No, yeah. So it will come as an expense because this is from the bank. So
yeah. I mean,
now a request and a replies view at the top, and you can go through there. You can send different requests as well. So maybe there's a different request that you want to send and ask for maybe the bank statement, for example, that's not related to the thing. You can put it through there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all. Came up completely left field. Like I wasn't expecting to see this. But it is very much what we kind of wanted, right? Like the idea it's in there. It seems to be starting to come on the bank account as well, on the not the bank, on the account on the mobile app as well, because I did see in some point where on the settings where here we go. So allow Intuit Assist to follow up, so that it's going from there. You can set the emails to automatically go at different dates. So you can say every Monday at 9 a.m. it's just automatically going to send, and you get to state who that's going to be. And the big one, enable QuickBooks mobile push notifications. So the client will get a push notification on their phone to go.
If they have the app.
Questions?
I mean,
thoughts?
That is amazing. At the moment, people know I love Excel. At the moment, we're exporting what's left in the pending and sending it on email to clients and saying, please, can you give us this information? And then we're putting it through our third-party invoice capture.
Yeah.
And then it's such a long process. So
I can imagine.
Just going, right, we haven't got that. Plus, this is going to you. It's going through to mobile. Most of my clients use their mobile. Very rarely go on laptops. Yeah. So if I can go, I need this, cool, go, give it to me. Yeah, attached, done. I mean, and it's the same with bank statements, the request for bank statements, again, that's outside of QuickBooks. And then if you're requesting it, it feeds in. And then with the reconciliation function, press a button, it's reconciled. I mean,
it'd be nice then if it flowed, it might do, it flows through to Practice Manager on that client.
Okay, that, yeah. I mean,
because then you can have a history of all your requests.
Yeah.
So then when the client goes, oh, why have you billed me extra? And you can go, here's all the things you didn't send.
The request. Yeah, no, I wonder because this is US only at the moment. I should have said that at the beginning. Sorry, this is US. So the idea
there, because take like Amy or whoever's doing the bookkeeping would be creating these requests. The bookkeeping would be a task in Practice Manager.
Yeah.
Right, then you've got the full end to end. Here's your task. Here's these things. Oh, they're linked to that task. Then you're actually linking everything together.
Interestingly as well, and I don't know what I think about this. When you ask for the information, you can add request to list and it stays on here, or even add and post.
What's post? Is that going to the My Account?
Which I get because you want to get the min, but I don't know. Part of me is almost thinking that's quite dangerous.
That's quite dangerous.
I think a lot of people.
If you're doing the request, you shouldn't be posting at the same time. No.
I know from hearing from our lovely listener, Kirsty, she puts them into uncategorized and to then go and give the list to the client that way through a third-party app. And so they are posted. I'm more of a fan of leaving it in pending, just so I've got this is what I need to get information for, clearer for me. But, bookkeepers and accountants, and we all do things differently. I can kind of get it as long as it won't affect the I don't know how that's going to work. But
no, don't do that. Leave it in the bank, says Kirsty.
It's like completely different.
Someone else told me, sorry, Kirsty, someone else told me when we were talking about QuickBooks and that third-party app. Oops. God, I get things wrong every month. Sorry, people. Yes, when can we have this? Who do we need to talk to?
We're going to have to get you an apology corner soon, Amy.
It's just replace your hands with Amy's. Every month I have to apologise for something. Sorry, guys.
But I didn't expect it, but I'm really happy for it. I wonder what happens to, because for some reason I don't get access to the what to call on this one. Let me go to the other one. I wonder what happens to client requests now. Then is that the beginning of the end for client requests? I know it was an unused feature anyway. It was one of those that not many people was using it, so I kind of expect it to go the way of the dodo at some point. But it was interesting how they didn't try and use that. Almost they forgot that client request was there. It's
not. Yeah, I mean, it's not something I use because the client had to log in, and I found that.
I get that, but now we're going to have client requests. We've got the My Accountant area. We've got the work papers area. We've got the new, which isn't called client requests. It's called the request for info area. And the items in the request for info area doesn't go to our all lists and attachments area. I understand why clients or team members should say really struggle to find where things are.
Yeah.
because there's so many
Yeah.
different areas where data's being stored at this point in time, right? So yeah, that's the only thing I could say at the moment. But other than that, absolutely loving it. I think it's great that it's there. So yeah. Any more bits about this one before we move on? I think that's the last part anyway today.
Are you excited about it, Simon? As much as me?
I think if it links through into Practice Manager, then and the tasks that have been set up in Practice Manager, yes. Yeah. But that's something I think the integration with Practice Manager and the underlying data, that's something I think can be worked on anyway. Being able to have high level information in Practice Manager on your client without having to go to QuickBooks to get it is kind of like ideal, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Tricky though, isn't it? Because
is it?
Practice Manager is not a worldwide, it's not a US product, is it?
Yeah.
And a lot of our innovations are driven by the US product team. So,
yeah. But I think if you're going to have a Practice Manager tool for the UK, it needs to have that, and you want people to use the Practice Manager tool, you've got to start surfacing those insights from your data that link to tasks.
That is true. Kirsty finishes off with, works nicely to load the feed by apron. I want this to when is it coming? I imagine that special date that we're not all allowed to talk about. And Kirsty knows that date anyway, so she'll be fine. She'll know what date we mean. But yeah, I imagine it's part of that launch window.
I hope.
We can only hope. Like that client request is something that for people to buy into the new bank feed, they need that goodness, right? They need something to go, that's why we're doing it. Yes, we've got this new AI functionality and that's cool, but let's be honest, the AI functionality is a rebrand of what we already had, because suggested was already there, right? Yes, it's more powerful. Yes, there's this, and I'm loving the fact I don't have to click into individual transactions to post them. Like, there's positivity there, and I'm really happy that we've got this new bank. But I think we need things like requests to people to go, right, that's why I'm using the new goodness. That's why I'm in there. I'm invested now because I've got this new feature, and this new feature is worth every bit of pain we've got, right? If the reports gave us a feature like client requests, we'd all be jumping at it, right? We'll all be asking when, not should, and I think it seems to be ready and waiting to go. So I would love to see that get launched at the same time as the new banking experience. But there we have it. There's another episode of QuickBooks Labs. Thank you very much for joining us and talking to us and everything else. Remember to use the new opportunity to drop us a comment or drop us a feedback on the feedback form that's below each one of these. Let us know what you think to all these new features and how they are and everything else. Simon, anything you want to plug? Anyone of you will push? Anything else?
You follow me on LinkedIn. I have to probably think about that then. It's been a while. You follow me on LinkedIn. The extent of my social media work life. If you find my personal social media, it's boring and cycling. So yeah.
Got no cycling you want to plug? You're not going on a big adventure or anything?
October. I did come fourth in my last race, so I'm still on the buzz from June. Yeah, but it wasn't
Haribo inspired, was it?
It was very much Haribo inspired. Yes.
You ever want to know what to get Si for Christmas, or if you see him any time?
Year's supply of Haribo that's what I need. And all party rings. That's it. That's the food of choice. Party rings.
Some party rings don't travel as well, though, do they?
They're perfect.
You've got travel bags.
Perfect. Sorry.
They fit perfectly in a pocket. Is what they do. Anyway, there's the plug over. Send me many party rings and Haribo, please.
And Amy, hashtag audit Amy, anything you like push, or anything you want to go for it.
Yes, so you can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, but also you'll find me and Aaron on the watch series for Making Tax Digital every Wednesday.
I feel like this is what we should do now. That's the watch.
Everything. Pilot was on Wednesday. Go back and have a look. And then every Wednesday we will be back talking everything MTD.
Yeah, and at some point we'll be doing a QuickBooks special, so keep your eye out for that one. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for keeping us honest. And we will see you all same place, same time. Well, I say same place, same time. Who knows what time? Just keep an eye on socials and
we might
out from there.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back at some point. I would say though, keep your eyes out for social, because there will be a special episode coming in a couple of months' time, as there is a big launch coming, and we definitely want to cover it. And yeah, that's all I can say at this point. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see you sometime, somewhere. Thank you very much, all. See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.